Hey everybody, this is Athletes and Antiquities. In today's video, I'm going to talk about wallet fatigue. I'm going to talk about what it is and how it affects the Pokemon and sports card hobbies as a whole. So before I get to the topic of the video, I just want to say I'm coming down with a bit of a cold, so if my voice sounds weird, that's why. And also I might not post videos for a little bit because I want to get over the cold before I post more, because my voice is probably going to get a lot worse. I'm just kind of starting it now, so I want to get this video out so it's out there while I'm feeling terrible. But yeah, so with that out of the way, today we're talking about wallet fatigue. So wallet fatigue can be looked at in two directions, and I'm going to explain both. So the first way of looking at wallet fatigue is from the eyes of the producer of the good, whether it's Pokemon, whether it's Panini, whether it's anything. And the second way of looking at wallet fatigue is from the eyes of the consumer. And either way you look at it, it's a bad thing. So first I want to talk about wallet fatigue as a producer of the good, as something you gotta be cognizant of. So basically what it is you want to make sure that your fans, your people that are buying that good, don't get burnt out with the product that you're releasing. If literally their wallets are getting fatigued. So if every release is big, then none of them are. If every release is exciting, wow, glamorous, shiny, then people kind of stop caring because their benchmark becomes that item, and that item no longer becomes special. So if too many big releases happen in close proximity, it's making the company basically compete against itself to sell its own goods. And by the way, these cards in front of you aren't exactly relevant to this. I just wanted to put up some cards. I'm going to show you some cards in a little bit, but for now, from the consumer side, none of these are related to that. But I see it a lot. The reason why I actually made this video is because I see it a lot with Charizard UPC. And one of their big blunders is, well, first of all, Charizard UPC looks like a phenomenal set. I know it's going to be scalped to hell. It's going to be super expensive, but the product itself is pretty cool. You know, you get those alt arts, you get a decent amount of packs. It looks like MSRP is an okay deal for what you're getting, but I guarantee secondhand market is going to be way above that. But the Charizard UPC is amazing, but at almost the same time they're releasing the Charizard UPC, they released the Arceus UPC. And they basically inflicted wallet fatigue on their own consumers because they announced this really crazy product that they all knew was going to be crazy. They didn't just drop the Charizard UPC. I'm going to put up pictures of it on screen. They didn't just drop the Charizard UPC and thought, oh, you know, people might like it, they might not. They knew this was going to be a home run. They know if they print a Charizard card, it's printing money. So while they were producing that, and while they're announcing it, everyone got excited. They released this Arceus UPC that nobody actually cares about now, and they hurt themselves due to wallet fatigue. Everyone knows that the Charizard UPC is coming out, so nobody cares about the Arceus UPC. If they were smarter about it and they released the Arceus UPC maybe first without any talk about Charizard UPC, then maybe a few months down the line followed it up with Charizard, that's one thing. That might be an option where people would be really excited about Charizard UPC. It'd be the second time metal cards came out beside the first one. I think there'd be a lot more fanfare around that product. But because they released two very large premium products at basically the same time, they are competing with themselves now, which is something they wouldn't have had to do if they were smarter with their strategies. If they released them one at a time, then the consumers would buy one, enjoy it, and then move on to the next and buy that second product. But now everyone's saying, like me included, I'm looking at the Charizard UPC and I think, oh, okay, well, it's probably going to be on the secondhand market, $150 at the minimum, maybe up to $200. So if I do want to buy that, why would I buy Charizard? Why would I buy Arceus? I'm going to hold out with that product and then just focus on Charizard. And everyone's doing that, so nobody's buying Arceus. And it's kind of an interesting thing. I'm surprised the Pokemon company did it. So if you do want the Arceus one, I'm sure you can get it much easier than you would have if this whole consumer competition was not the case. And the second form of wallet fatigue is from a consumer perspective. And basically it's if a company is constantly basically assaulting you with product, the consumer gets tired of that product. And that might sound almost exactly like what I just said with Charizard UPC, but instead of like big releases that divide competition amongst their own products, this, from a consumer perspective, this is them just constantly flooding you with something that would have been cool, but you no longer care about it because it's just everywhere and it's constant and it's not, they're doing nothing new. And here I'm gonna actually put some cards on screen. My big example of this is the mythical Pokemon collections from XY generations. This year, I'm actually gonna take out all these PSA cards. So the mythical Pokemon collections were these boxes that were made to promote generations. And basically every single box was like, I think it was a unique full art Pokemon, as well as a few packs of generations. I think it was 2, maybe 3 packs. But the problem that they had was their release was atrocious. Instead of, I have a few more of these, but they can't all fit. Actually, I'll just stack them like this. Their release was atrocious, and instead of kind of giving them to you in a digestible fashion, instead they released 1 a month. That was kind of like their gig with it. It was going through all the generations of legendary and mythical Pokemon. So every month they release a new box with a new full art, and you can just see I just put how many cards. I just put, what is that, 9 cards in front of you, 4 in the front, 5 in the back, if you want to see the ones in the back again. I just put 9 cards in front of you. There's more than these. I think there was 12 in total. I only have 9 here. This was a 1 year long release. Every month they released another box with a different promo, but the same packs. And people just got so tired of it that nobody cared. These things sat on shelves for months and months, even years up until the boom. And no one cared about these full arts. I was buying these for probably 50 cents to $1 a piece in like 2016, which was a year after they started the release, and they were still going on because nobody cared, because they released them in this slow, lethargic pattern with the same packs in every box, with just hoping that, oh, everyone wants to complete the set of full arts and there's going to be all this demand for it. But people got so tired of the same thing over and over again that they just stopped caring, and the prices tanked for it. So these are two things. This happened in 2015, and the other form of wallet fatigue I'm seeing now is happening for a slightly different reason with the Charizard UPCs. And I just kind of wanted to mention that because I feel like as we're coming out of the massive hype, all the people that have remained in this hobby are more of the true collectors, and like they aren't as easily swayed by hype as it was during COVID. And COVID, if they released something like Charizard UPC or even Arceus UPC, people would have lost their minds just because, oh, it's a premium product, it has to be expensive, it has to stonk out, all this stuff. But now that people are being more selective with what they buy because they're more true collectors, I feel like we're gonna see a lot of these products that are released poorly, such as Arceus UPC, sit on shelves for a while. And we haven't seen this since pre-boom, because once the boom happened, anything on the shelf was taken. Whether it was a theme deck or a blister pack, the shelves were cleaned. But now I predict us going back to a time where some product just sucks. And I say that kind of like as a half joke but half truth, because in the past, if a booster box was terrible, it would fall down to like $70 and would sit there for a while, like a Steam Siege or an Emerging Powers. I was there for both of those boxes being released, and nobody cared about them, so no one bought them. And we haven't seen that in a few years, where demand is so like normal that the consumers can actually really vote with their dollar and say, hey, we don't like this product, we're not gonna buy it. It's not like a year ago where if they released Steam Siege a year ago, it would still fly off the shelves because everyone was just crazy. So I think now we're gonna see a lot of stuff like the Arceus UPC as they come out. If they come out poorly, they're gonna do very poorly. They're gonna be on clearance. We haven't seen clearance Pokemon in a while. So it should just be an interesting thing that I think might be new to some people that are fairly new to the hobby. And I just want to kind of give you a heads up on that, where I think some product is going to go. And yeah, let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Either way, let me know. As always, if you have a video idea, leave a comment down below. And yeah, take care.